In the small village of Ashanti, nestled in the heart of the African jungle, there lived a man named Kwame. Kwame was a mysterious and feared figure in the village, for he possessed a dark and sinister secret. Kwame's manhood was not like that of other men. It was a massive python, with scales as black as coal and eyes that glowed like embers. The python was said to have a life of its own, and it was rumored that it could hypnotize women with a single glance. Kwame's python manhood was a curse, one that he had been born with. As a child, he had been shunned and ridiculed by the other villagers, who saw his condition as a sign of evil. But as Kwame grew older, he began to realize the true power of his python manhood. Kwame discovered that he could control the python, using it to do his bidding. He could make it grow longer and thicker, or make it shrink down to a tiny size. And with a single glance from the python's glowing eyes, Kwame could hypnotize any woman he desired. As Kwame's powers grew stronger, he began to use them for evil. He would sneak into the village at night, using his python manhood to lure women into his clutches. Once he had them under his control, he would use them for his own twisted desires. The villagers were terrified of Kwame, and they whispered among themselves about the evil python manhood that he possessed. They knew that they were powerless against Kwame's powers, and they lived in constant fear of his wrath. One woman, a beautiful and kind-hearted girl named Adwoa, was particularly vulnerable to Kwame's powers. She had always been drawn to Kwame, despite the warnings from the other villagers. And one night, Kwame snuck into her hut, using his python manhood to hypnotize her. Adwoa was under Kwame's control, and she was forced to do his bidding. Kwame used her for his own twisted desires, and he laughed with glee as he watched her struggle against his powers. But as the days passed, Adwoa began to realize the true horror of her situation. She was trapped in a living nightmare, forced to do the bidding of a monster. And she knew that she had to find a way to escape, no matter the cost. Adwoa spent every waking moment trying to break free from Kwame's powers. She would try to resist his control, but the python manhood was too strong. She would try to run away, but Kwame would always catch her. Just when Adwoa thought that all hope was lost, she remembered a legend that her grandmother used to tell her. The legend was about a powerful juju man who lived deep in the jungle. The juju man was said to have the power to break any curse, no matter how powerful. Adwoa knew that she had to find the juju man, no matter the danger. She set out on a perilous journey, braving the dangers of the jungle and facing her fears head-on. Finally, after many days of travel, Adwoa came to the juju man's hut. The juju man was an old and wise man, with a long white beard and piercing eyes. He listened to Adwoa's story, and he nodded his head in understanding. "I can help you, Adwoa," the juju man said. "But it will not be easy. Kwame's powers are strong, and it will take all of my strength to break the curse." Adwoa nodded, determination in her eyes. "I am ready," she said. "Let us do it." The juju man nodded, and he began to chant and dance around Adwoa. The air was filled with the sound of drums and the smell of burning herbs. And as the juju man's powers grew stronger, Adwoa began to feel the curse lifting. She was free, finally free from Kwame's evil powers. And with a newfound sense of strength and determination, Adwoa set out to confront Kwame and put an end to his evil once and for all. The final confrontation between Adwoa and Kwame was fierce and intense. Kwame used all of his powers to try and control Adwoa, but she was ready for him. With the juju man's powers coursing through her veins, Adwoa was able to resist Kwame's control and fight back against him. In the end, it was Adwoa who emerged victorious. Kwame's evil powers were broken, and he was banished from the village forever. And Adwoa, finally free from the curse, was hailed as a hero by the villagers. From that day on, Adwoa lived a happy and peaceful life, free from the evil powers of Kwame. And she never forgot the juju man, who had helped her too.